Business in the 217 on the WMAY morning news feed. I'm Greg Bishop, and we love talking to local business owners in the area, including Brandy Kristin with Unique Enchantments. And Brandy, thanks for taking time with us here on the WMAY morning news feed. Where can people find Unique Enchantments?
We are located at 1313 Stevenson Drive, or you can find us on Google, Facebook. We're pretty much everywhere.
So what is it you guys have there? Of course, I would imagine it's unique, right?
Yes, we actually have a little bit of everything. We support local very much. So we have local vendors, we do consignment, things like that. But we're metaphysical shops. We have your stones, your crystals, anything that you could ever possibly want. For anything for your physical body, mental, and spiritual needs, we got you covered.
So talk a bit about the shop that you have. What kind of items are people able to find there at Unique Enchantments?
We have a very wide selection of herbs, sage, stones, crystals, candles. We have all kinds of things. Jewelry, handmade jewelry made by local people, artwork by local artists. You can find a little bit of everything, local honey, anything that would satisfy your soul.
Talk a bit about that, the importance of people, I guess, making sure that they are, having a healthy soul, not just, physical health, but
Yeah.
coming from that
No.
spiritual place.
It's super important, honestly. I think everybody needs to slow down, take time for themselves. Right now, we're kind of in a fast-paced world. Everybody's been in fight or flight mode, so we offer a very relaxing, tranquil environment for you to be able to just turn things off, relax, be at peace for a minute, buy yourself something shiny. We have great prices across the board. So it's just nice to be able to just turn it off, especially in our Himalayan salt therapy cave where you can just decompress from the entire world for 45 minutes, which is really important for your body and your mind to physically and mentally heal.
Tell me more about that. What's that experience like for people who aren't familiar with Himalayan salt therapy?
So we basically have this little purifier. What it does is it pumps little tiny salt particles into the air continuously. You're in a room about 65 degrees. We keep the humidity below 50%. So it's really nice and kind of chill in there, but it's perfect for those that have lung ailments, breathing ailments, things like that. They can't breathe from asthma, COPD, lingering effects of pneumonia, things like that. And then it also helps increase your blood circulation. So those that have aches and pains, it helps with that. It helps with inflammation, helps with gut. It helps you just kind of gently detox.
So detoxification definitely important for not just the physical
Very,
health, but also for
yeah.
the mental health and for the spiritual health. But Brandy Kristin with the Unique Enchantments here on the WMAY morning news feed. That's not the only thing you've got going on too. You've got a salon as
Uh-huh.
well.
We do. We do. We have a salon in the back. We have a couple girls, myself included. And we also have an esthetician who does anything and everything you could possibly want that has to do with your skin, facials, waxing, eyelash extensions, eyebrows. We specialize in pretty much every type of hair you can imagine. And then, yeah, we also even offer ionic foot detoxing, which is another way, a great way to gently detox as well. So yeah, we do a little bit of everything, self-care at this place, and we even have massages on Mondays.
So I guess if you could tell me why foot detox might be something people who are not familiar with that, they actually say, you know what, I'm going to give that a shot. What's the selling point there?
I personally love it. It does pull everything out. So we do replenish you with electrolytes when you're all said and done. But what it does is it gently pulls out like acidity in our bodies, because too much acid in our bodies wreaks havoc on your body. It uses positive and negative ions to pull metals, toxins out of our body, what we breathe, what we eat. It's just a very nice, gentle way. It pulls it from the bottom of your feet. It is a lot of it's very intriguing. People that do it for the first time are like, oh, this is so disgusting, but you feel so much better. It helps with your aches, your pains. It helps with gut health. It helps with all kinds of things as well.
Brandy Kristin with us here from Unique Enchantments. Now, we've talked about your business. Why did you get into this line of work?
Oh, wow. I grew up in entrepreneurial field. So I traveled with family to vendor shows and craft shows and things like that my entire life. I've always wanted to have my own business. I love making people feel better. This is my second shop location that I've had. My first shop was just the metaphysical side of things. And then when I went to school for hair and skincare and just I wanted to make sure I could create an environment that not only works on your physical, but your spiritual and your soul, because it's all connected. I feel like everything's connected to make you happy, to make you feel better. And everybody's different on what makes them feel better. So I just try to kind of hit every plateau, because me, myself, I have my own chronic ailments, and my autoimmune issues and things that were working for me. I'm like, I want to help others. So I really just genuinely want people to feel better, like across the board, which is why I opened this location, because there wasn't anything like it out there. And I'm like, you know what? I want people to feel better across the board in any way I can offer. So that's really genuinely what's behind this whole thing. Is I really genuinely want people to feel better.
You talked about coming from like an entrepreneurial family of sorts, and having that background. Who are some of your big mentors that kind of helped you get to where you're at right now? Because listen, I mean, starting a business from scratch is tough, and even if you have some
Oh
assistance,
God, yeah, it's a lot of
uh,
work.
yeah. So tell me how you maintain with any kind of guidance or mentorship that there may be out there.
My mom is basically like my right hand person, because that's who I grew up doing this with. Was my mom and my great grandpa. So I used to travel everywhere with them, and they went everywhere, all these fairs and festivals growing up, and that's my earliest memories. And of course, my great grandpa's no longer with us, but my mom is. So I call her a lot whenever I have like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Or my husband's been super, super supportive. He's been awesome. He helped me get this going, and I'm like, hey, I have this crazy idea. I'm like, I really want to open up a storefront and with a salon in it and everything. And he's just like, all right, let's make this happen. So he's been amazing throughout all this. I've got some other friends, my aunt Annette, she's been awesome through this too. I bounce a lot of ideas off of her. I do have a great support system, I can't lie. So I'm truly lucky in that field, because I have a great support system of friends and family that really support me through all this.
Well, especially after the past year we've all gone through. It's one of those times to take inventory of the that support structure, and to solidify it, to reinforce it, and to even grow it more. Brandy Kristin with us
Yeah,
from Enchantments. For people who may hear about the shop, may hear about like the Himalayan salt therapy or the foot detox, and may be skeptical. What would you tell them about these therapies that you've told others who may have been skeptical that won
yeah.
some people over?
I always say don't knock it till you try it. And even if you don't get all of the potential benefits that I've listed above for for these services, doesn't mean that it's not going to do you any kind of well-being. It's really important, like I said, to turn things off. We don't allow electronics. We don't allow anything into that cave. So literally, it's just you and relaxation music with this pure, salty air. And the worst case scenario is you took a 45-minute break for yourself, which is really, really important. And a lot of people don't understand how important that is. They actually recommend 45 minutes every day for you to be in peace and quiet with no distractions. I really recommend at least once a week breaking away from the world, because it's kind of hard to pull 45 minutes away from the day. At least it is for me. So I always say those that like, oh, I don't know about that. Don't knock it till you try it. Some people, it takes them a few sessions just to be like, you know what? It's working and I get it and I see it. We even do ear candling, and it's fun for first timers to do ear candling as well, which also flushes the sinus system and pulls earwax out. It's a great service and super relaxing as well. So I just say try it sometime. You might be surprised on how you feel. Worst case scenario, you got to relax for a half an hour to 45 minutes with these services, and you could potentially feel much better. If not, you got to sit still for a minute and just decompress, which is really important for mental health. Very important.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I think I need that every day, like you suggested. 40,
yes.
turning off, not looking at a screen, and just relaxing and closing your mind and just letting it just relax. Oh, that
Yes.
sounds wonderful. Brandy Kristin with Unique Enchantments. Thank you so much for taking time with us here
Thank
on
you for having me.
my morning news feed, and we'll talk again soon.